La Santa Muerte. In Tepito, Mexico City, a neighborhood famous for its markets, its gangs, its shadows, you'll find her shrine, Santa Muerte, the saint of death. She's not recognized by the church. She's not dressed in gold or light. She's a skeleton wrapped in a wedding gown, holding a scythe. And yet thousands come. They come with flowers, with fruit, with liquor, with blood. Some pray for protection, others for money, and many for vengeance. But devotion has a price, and those who don't pay it vanish. There's a story whispered among locals about a man named Javier, a street hustler, a thief. He was devoted to Santa Muerte. He lit candles every night. He carved her name into his skin, and she gave him what he asked for: money, luck, power. Until one day, he betrayed her. He mocked her, stopped bringing offerings, said he didn't need her anymore. That night, his neighbors heard him screaming. When police entered his apartment, the candles were still burning. The walls were covered in fresh blood, painted into symbols no one recognized. His body was found in pieces, arranged in front of the Santa Muerte statue. The strange part? His face had been peeled away, but it wasn't discarded. It had been placed carefully over the statue's skull, as if giving her a new mask. The police sealed the apartment, but months later, another man moved in. He swore he'd never worship her. Never. 2 weeks later, his friends found him dead, hanging upside down, his eyes missing, candles at his feet, and Santa Muerte's statue dragged from the locked closet, standing in the center of the room. People in Tepito say, you don't choose Santa Muerte, she chooses you. And once she does, there is no turning back. You can stop praying. You can try to run. You can leave the city. But she will always collect her debt, even if it means wearing your skin. La Llorona. They say you hear her before you see her. A woman sobbing, soft, broken, carried on the night wind like a dying song. In Mexico, every child grows up with the warning, don't go near the river after dark, because that's where she waits. La Llorona, the weeping woman. The story begins centuries ago. A beautiful young woman fell in love with a wealthy man. Together they had 2 children, but the man grew restless. He betrayed her, leaving for someone younger, richer, untouchable. In her grief, in her rage, the woman did the unthinkable. One night, under a cold moon, she led her children to the river. The current was strong, the water deep. She pressed their heads beneath the surface, silencing their cries with her own sobs. When she realized what she'd done, it was too late. Their faces slipped beneath the water, gone forever. She followed them into the river, but death was no escape. God would not take her. He cursed her instead, to wander the earth for eternity, searching for the children she drowned. Now, on nights when the wind howls and the rivers run black, people swear they hear her. Her wails echo down empty streets. Her shadow drifts through alleyways. Her reflection appears in the water, even when no one stands above it. Some say she takes children, mistaking them for her own. Mothers still tell their kids, if you hear La Llorona crying, hide. Don't answer. Don't look at her. But others say she isn't searching anymore, that she knows what she did, that she weeps, not for her lost children, but for yours. There are stories. A man driving home along the canal at midnight stopped when he saw a woman in white standing in the road. He offered her a ride. She got into the back seat without a word. The air grew cold. The smell of river water filled the car. When he looked in the mirror, the back seat was empty. Only a wet patch on the leather remained. Another man heard weeping outside his house. Thinking it was a neighbor, he opened the door. On the edge of the street stood a woman in a white gown, her face veiled in shadow. He called out to her. She lifted her head. Her eyes were hollow, her mouth opened wide, and the scream that poured out rattled the windows, shattered the glass. When he woke, he was lying by the river, soaked to the bone, his skin burning where invisible hands had dragged him under. The legend changes with every telling. Some say she wears black, some say white. Sometimes her face is beautiful, sometimes it's nothing but bone, but her voice never changes. A wail of eternal grief, carrying across the water. So if you're near the rivers of Mexico at night and you hear it, that cry that chills your blood, don't follow it. Don't look, because if you do, La Llorona will mistake you for one of her own, and she'll drag you into the dark water, where the weeping never stops. La Carreta Negra. In rural Mexico, there's an old belief that death doesn't always come quietly. Sometimes it arrives on wheels. Late at night, down unlit roads, people whisper about hearing the creak of wood and the clatter of iron wheels. At first, it sounds like an old wagon, pulled by horses. But no one owns wagons anymore. No one drives carriages. Those who've seen it say the horses are not alive. Their eyes glow white, their flesh hangs loose, and their hooves strike sparks on the dirt. The driver is a man dressed head to toe in black, face hidden beneath a wide-brimmed sombrero. Some call him the devil, others just death himself. They call it La Carreta Negra, the Black Carriage. The story goes that if you're walking alone at night and you hear the wheels behind you, you must not turn around. You must not look, because if you see the carriage, your soul will be marked. You won't die right away. That's the trick. Instead, you'll waste away slowly. Nightmares first, then fevers. Then you'll start hearing the horses outside your window at night. Until one evening, they stop outside your door. And when you wake, your bed is empty. Your family will say you just vanished. In the 1970s, in Oaxaca, a man named Ernesto told police he saw the carriage pass by the town cemetery. No sound of horses, just wheels grinding on stone. The next day, 3 fresh graves had been dug up from the inside. In Veracruz, a woman swore she heard the carriage stop outside her neighbor's house. By morning, the neighbor's entire family was gone. The house was locked from the inside. Plates of food were still warm on the table. And in 1994, a group of teenagers in Chihuahua tried to summon it, daring each other to walk the back roads after midnight. One of them, a girl named Alma, laughed and shouted into the dark, "Llévame, take me." The others said they heard wheels, hooves, screams. By the time they ran for help, Alma was gone. All that remained was a trail of scorched earth leading into the desert. Priests say it is a punishment. Brujas say it's a cursed spirit bound to collect the restless dead. But the oldest people, the ones who still light candles for the forgotten, say the Black Carriage is hungry. Every generation, it comes back to feed. And the most terrifying part? Witnesses don't agree on whether the driver is a man at all. Some say when the hat tips back, there's no face beneath it, only a hollow void and the sound of flies. So if you're walking in Mexico, far from street lights, and you hear wheels creaking behind you, don't look back, don't run. Just pray the carriage passes you by, because once you see the Black Carriage, you're already inside.